I've come to the conclusion that the modem in the iPhone 15 Pro Max sucks. Hear me out. So, I mean, it works. 5G, 4G LTE, all that jazz. But I have used this phone since day one when it came out. It has my secondary SIM card in it. I used it as a primary phone for quite a many months. And during that process, I had serious issues. And this isn't just, it's not just the cell phone antenna, also the Wi-Fi. Now, I have used this phone side by side in tandem with some of the best Android phones we've had in 2024 and 2023. And this phone has the same modem in it that the S23 Ultra does. So we know the S23 Ultra has a great modem. We know that the S23 Ultra has great signal. I used it all last year. It was probably the gold standard for connectivity. And the modem in here has been so bad that I honestly thought that they were still using an Intel modem or whatever. Like, I didn't realize, I don't normally look at the modems that deeply, especially not on iPhone. I don't keep track of that. And I was really surprised when I looked at it, and lo and behold, it's the X70, which is the same one that the S23 Ultra had. So you would think having the X70 modem, it would have excellent signal. And I've used it with T-Mobile, I've used it with AT&T, and anywhere that I'm at, I have less quality signal than I do on my Android counterparts. And in many areas, I have poor to low connectivity. I have certain areas where side by side with the same service, AT&T or T-Mobile, in my other Android phone, and I get better quality signal, I get faster downloads, I get better uploads. There are some places, like, I will go just down the street, and I live in a pretty decent area, pretty nice. We got towers all over the place, 5 bars, and I can't even, like, play Boom Beach, and I can watch 4K video stream on my other video. I'll try and load something up, and it will just sit there and take forever to load on the page. And it's annoying. And my wife's noticed it too. She has an iPhone 14 Pro Max. My 14 Pro Max modem I thought was terrible too. And you kind of get used to it. You get used to how it works and all that stuff. You know its limitations. You know where it works well, where it doesn't work well. There's certain areas where just I don't really get good connectivity, even though it says I have 4 or 5 bars. And on the other side of the coin, my Android phones in those areas work really well. So there was that. But then with the iPhone 15 Pro and the Pro Max, I've noticed I've had terrible Wi-Fi. And I will be, I don't know, the other side of the house from my router. I have a really nice, big, powerful Wi-Fi 6E router, and it'll say that it's connected and it won't do anything. Or it'll take forever. It won't even it's so slow, it won't even download an app from the App Store, like a 20, 30 megabyte app. It's so slow, it won't even upload simple images to Google Drive. And then here I've got my Android phones, whether that's any Snapdragon phone from last year, my Sony, my Samsung, my Google, they all work great. It's only the iPhone. And I had this problem with my 14 Pro Max out here too. So much so, I ended up having to put a closer router point out to my office just so I could get decent signal over Wi-Fi, because I upload stuff all the time. I have problems with AirDrop, which is pretty much legendary now. I've had AirDrop problems for years with these phones. I would try and transfer my video over, and it just wouldn't work. It would get about whatever percentage, and then it would stop, say failed, and then refuse to let me try and send anything else until I reset my phone. And I had to do that every single day. Every day. I could send one file, wait 15 minutes, and then it would do it again, and then I'd have to restart. So I'm like, whatever, screw this noise. And I've just started putting 2 and 2 and 2 together and got to 6 ultimately. And it's been really, really annoying. And it wasn't until I started using the Android phones a lot more these last couple of months where I'm like, man, my iPhone has really terrible signal, has really terrible Wi-Fi. The Bluetooth is not that good. And now I've been using the Bluetooth in the car with my AirPlay. It cuts out all the time. It'll lose connection. It says can't find phone, and then it will connect. And then I keep getting choppy, like really bad music performance and stuff. So I'm sure it's not just mine, because I said a comment in a video day before yesterday or so, and I said that I thought that the modem in the iPhone sucked. And then I got several comments from people who were like, yeah, the modem is not good in my phone. It's terrible. And they had an iPhone 15 Pro, 14 Pro, whatever. So I don't know if it's iOS. I don't know if they're not sending enough power, not getting enough juice to the modem. The modem is not the problem, because the X70 is a very good modem, and we used it all last year in a lot of flagship phones. So if it's not the modem itself, it's got to be the iPhone. And I don't know if it's how they have it embedded into the board. I don't know if it's how they have it powered. I don't know if it's the integration with the A-series processor that's in here. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I just know that I have worse signal, worse data transfer speeds, worse connection on Bluetooth Wi-Fi, and on the modem compared to basically any Android phone in the last 2 or 3 years. And it's really, really odd. And like I said, I thought they were making their own modems at this point or using Intel because they bought out Intel's handset division. Well, not their handset, but their modem division. And I thought they were going to start making their own modems. But apparently they haven't gotten to that point yet. They're actually using Qualcomm. And that just makes things even more confusing because I'm like, all right, we've used this modem in other phones and it works spectacularly. And we have it in the iPhone, which is supposed to be the gold standard for phones, basically in the United States. And it's poop. Now, I haven't tried it with Verizon, so I will give them some leeway there. But I've used it with T-Mobile, I've used it with AT&T, and then I've used the exact same like SIM cards, same numbers in an Android phone and gotten way better performance. And like I said, I will be not even 40, 50 feet away from my router. Any Android I have works really, really well. My S24 works perfectly. S23 works perfectly. My Sony, my OnePlus, all these other phones, I have no connection issues. And then it keeps connecting. It says I've got 2 or 3 bars on Wi-Fi and it won't do anything. It won't even connect to turn my lights on. Back here, my little colored lights. I use my iPhone app. I have to disconnect from Wi-Fi and use the modem signal because the Wi-Fi connection is so poor, even though other phones sitting next to it work really, really well. So that's what I'm here for. Maybe it's some investigative journalism. Maybe it's just me being frustrated. But I know it's not just my phone because my wife experiences something else, the same thing with her 14 Pro Max, and so does my son with his 14 Pro Max. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, and I'm sure some folks that watch this video can probably relate, but as I've been experiencing this, and I've been going back and I'm using a Samsung as a primary phone right now, I'm like, these issues are really glaring. Like, this is really glaring, really noticeable, and really frustrating. It's like, I don't even want to use the iPhone. Like, it's mostly fine when I'm out and about, but there are certain areas where it just doesn't work. It'll say I've got 4 or 5 bars and it just doesn't do anything. I'll be lucky to get a message through on iMessage. So I know it's not just my phone. I'm sure other people are experiencing the same thing, and you're probably just scratching your head thinking, okay, maybe it's just a bad area, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. But I really think that the modem in this thing, I don't know if it's just poor programming, poor integration, I don't know what it is. But there's something with the X70 modem that's in the iPhone 15 Pro Max and 15 Pro that is not working as well as it does in its Android counterpart. Maybe it's something to do with the OS. I don't know. Anyway, so this is me raising the red flag saying the modem in the iPhone 15 Pro Max is no bueno. Like, it sucks. So anyway, that's all I got in this video. I'm going to sign off on this one. Let me know. I'm curious if other people are having the same issues with your 15 Pro Max or with your 14 Pro series. I want to try and get to the bottom of this and see if anyone else is having issues. Like, I'm even having better signal quality with my Pixel 8 Pro and my Pixel 7 Pro last year. So a lot of people say that that one has a bad modem, and my Pixel 7, Pixel 8 modems are performing better than the iPhone 15 series phone. So that's all I've got. Let's talk about it. Let me know what your experience is. Let me know if you're experiencing the same thing. And that's all I got for now. So if you have any questions or comments, please go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.